And I'm Wayne.
And we are the whole teacher.
Welcome to our final episode. Welcome to week 10.
Week 10, everybody.
Yay! You made it. Congratulations. Mazel tov on getting through what has been probably the hardest year.
Teaching year ever. I've been teaching for 15 years and I've never, ever had a year like this.
It's been pretty rough. As you can tell, we're still socially distant, meeting our Department of Education guidelines. Look, let's start with a recap of the year.
Yeah, exactly. It's been such a tough year. We started here in Australia with bushfires, which unfortunately some of our schools had actually burnt down at the start of the year. So there was already so many schools and teachers and students and families already struggling with not being able to access education at a very early time of the year.
That's right, and if you weren't directly affected by the bushfires, a lot of people knew someone who was affected. They had family members and friends down there, so it was a bit of a rough year. And then, of course,
well, actually, floods. We then had some floods. So on top of bushfires, we then had floods, and we did have some schools where, in some rural areas where the water actually affected all of their IT and all of their infrastructure. So they were actually deemed unsafe, and with mould and other occupational health and safety issues,
yes, of
students
course,
couldn't go to school again. So it was a very, very hard start to the year for some students. And then
March rolled around and we thought, you know what, schools haven't had enough. So we had our response to COVID. And all of the teachers managed to get learning happening from home. People were teaching from home as well. There was a lot of flexibility, so well done. Then we had our phased return to schools, which then was an unphased return to schools.
It was, and it's such a shame because with all of these too, the announcements were all made when teachers were supposed to be having downtime. So, Gladys made that announcement, and I still remember as though it was yesterday. I remember watching her on the 9 o'clock news. I just sent my children to school saying tomorrow, everybody's at home, and we're doing remote learning, and teachers literally had not even 24 hours to prepare for what online learning looked like. And some schools weren't even equipped with digital devices because of where they were located or just the way that their school operated in general in terms of their pedagogy. They weren't equipped for anything.
And then even more than that, it's our job to make sure that people are professionally developed and that teachers like yourself have access to things like these videos.
Yeah, that's right.
And we weren't ready for that either. So we appreciate your patience in waiting for us to get everything together.
Exactly.
But I think it can be said that teachers really pulled it together this year, didn't they?
Both of us, and as well as our colleagues, the amount of professional learning we did in the April school holidays, teachers were taking time out of their personal lives to learn how to use computers, to find out what Google Classroom is and how it worked and what they could do and how they communicate with their parents. So everybody just stepped up and used their own personal time to really upskill themselves, and that is a huge thing for anybody to do, let alone every single teacher in New South Wales.
That's it. And I mean, as teachers, we're probably used to giving up our personal time for work. I think it comes with the job. But yeah, congratulations everybody in the Department of Education, because it has been a year. But as you can tell, we're teaming with the summer theme here, and we're filming today on location at Bronte Beach down in Sydney.
So hopefully this is what a lot of your holidays will look like this year, that you may not necessarily have a beach at your disposal, but you will have some sort of landscape where you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the ambience.
Yes, yeah. Look, this year none of us have had any proper rest. I think the break between term 3 and 4 was the first time teachers actually had time to just not even think about work.
Well, actually not even, because some HSC teachers or senior teachers still had marking. So, and there's major works and all that sort of thing still going on, trying to work out how dance students and music students could still complete their HSC during that time. So still very stressful. Yes, time off, but perhaps still a very stressful time as well.
Year 6 and Year 12 graduations.
Yes.
Schools were still waiting on confirmation. So yeah, that's it. No rest. No. So please, these holidays, we beg of you, have a rest. Take some time off if you can. Spend some time with your friends, your family. Hopefully some alone time. And really exciting, we've got a list of our top 10 activities to be doing in the holidays.
And none of them include include schoolwork. So you must turn that work email off and forget your password and then call and connect later next year and work out what that is. You don't need to worry about that now.
And if you've got a device for response to COVID, close it, lock it, don't charge it, don't even switch it on. Please make time for yourself these holidays and make sure that you get some chance to rest and relax, ready to come back in 2021. Also, I don't know what analogy I was going to do.
But that was almost like a skiing
This method.
ready, go home, I'm motivated, enthusiastic. Oh! Sorry about that, the camera literally just fell over. Which tells us that even our iPad and our cameras are telling us that we need a rest.
They've had it. It wouldn't be 2020 without something going wrong.
Exactly. Before we go through to our list, let's do a massive shout out to teachers worldwide.
Yes, absolutely. Look, our colleagues down in Victoria who have basically done an entire year worth of teaching and learning from home.
Exactly.
Well done. Well done.
To all the parents who not only had to, maintain their own jobs, and it's such such turbulent times at the moment and anxious times, because a lot of parents and people in general don't know whether they've got jobs, but those parents who are able to keep their jobs, work from home, plus do learning at home, it's unbelievable. It's take my hat off to you.
Phenomenal. I've often said to my parents, I don't have children, and I don't know how people manage to go home to their kids and be switched on and just as amazing as they are at school as well. So well done to all of those parents. A shout out to all of our teacher colleagues around the world, our teacher colleagues in France and Germany who have gone back into lockdown and are teaching and learning from home, to the United Kingdom who are doing blended learning, and a special shout out to our colleague teachers in the United States who are not only dealing with teaching and learning from home, but are dealing with security issues and school shootings. Our thoughts are with you, and we're all in this together, and we'll get through it.
Absolutely, and you're not alone. I think the teacher camaraderie is so strong, and please just remember that there are other people that are actually thinking about you and are sending out good juju in the world.
Yeah, look, our American colleagues in particular, you do an amazing job for very little money, and look, we're here for you, we're fighting for you. Well done, and thank you for doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey Noelene.
Yes.
Did you see there was an email from my mate Mark Scott? How you going?
He's my bestie.
Look, I mean, we're like this. The whole of New South Wales, independent schools, Catholic schools and department schools are all putting a call out for teachers to come and do some catch-up learning next year.
Fantastic. I think this is absolutely brilliant for those parents who are concerned about their child's progress. As parents, we all want the best for our children, and sometimes we think that perhaps, they haven't learned everything that they need to, especially those ground foundation skills that they need to learn.
Yeah. So this, we'll put a link down on the screen somewhere below where you can register to teach in small groups, or if you've got a friend who's thinking about getting back into teaching, maybe you're on maternity leave or maybe you're retired, there are opportunities for you to teach across the sectors with small groups of kids, making sure that just because we had COVID doesn't mean that we are going to miss our educational benchmarks.
Exactly. So if you are interested in either secondary employment, or you know somebody that could do with some extra cash at this time, but also loves, teaching and learning students, obviously, awesome opportunity exists right there.
If you're watching this, I was going to say podcast, but it's not. Is it a vlog? I don't know what if you're watching this web series, chances are you do love teaching and learning, like Noelene and I, probably a little bit too much. But that's fine. That's why we're here.
That's right. All right, so Wayne, what are these 10 things that all teachers must do these school holidays?
Okay, so what we want you to do, we'll put a link to this list in the description of the video down below. Make sure that if you are doing any of these things, hit us up on Twitter.
Yes, please let us know and share your experience with us. Take photos, take selfies. Please, let us become one huge community of teachers.
That's it. We love hearing from you. So, no work these holidays. The first Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday every week. Yeah, look, I'm with Noelene on this. Were it up to me, I would have school start at midday and just go till 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I think as teachers, we're so used to getting up at 6 a.m. to get ready for our day. Please have some sleep-ins. And you know, you don't have to do anything. Even if you just lie there and watch some TV or just play on your phone, stay in bed 3 days in a row.
Yep. And if you want, look, because we're teachers, we're all about the extension of things. If you want to challenge yourself, see if you can go a whole day without getting out of bed. I can't do that unless I've had a very big night the night before. But if you can manage to do a whole day, do you know what? Look, tangent. Let's go off on a tangent. We can edit this out if we need to. I remember reading about a woman once, and every Thursday she used to take to her bed, and she wouldn't get out of bed. If people wanted to come and see her, they could, but they'd have to come into the bedroom. She had her husband bring a chair in for people who would come in. She'd have magazines delivered that she'd save up and read all day, and she had a special sequined jacket made that was cut off around here so that she didn't lay on it in bed, but she still kept warm. I'm like, you know what?
I have a new idol.
I love this woman.
Aspiration. Can I tell you again, side note?
Yeah, go.
We had a COVID challenge, myself and my children, and of who could do the least amount of steps in a day. And my son won with 12 steps. So everybody basically stayed in bed today, and the only 12 steps he made was to the bathroom and back.
Yep.
And they're more like lunges and leaps, but 12 steps is his record. So that could be another way, not that we should be promoting healthy choices.
Yeah, obviously that's not a great decision to do every day.
But it was fun.
But knowing Cameron and teenage boys in particular, that's not surprising. Okay, back to the list. Okay,
Number two.
Go to a museum or an art gallery.
Yes, and they're free. They're not. People think that you have to pay admission fees. You only pay admission to see the exhibition that's travelled here. The actual museum and the art gallery is actually free entry. You can still see quite a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not in a major city like Sydney or Newcastle or Wollongong, remember, regional art galleries are out there, regional museums are there, and they've got such great history, they've got such great pieces in there. It's fantastic. And if you've got kids, again, it's a free day out. It's a really, really nice
And there are
day.
so many local artists that have their own little galleries with like little, cafes in them. There's so many places that you can go to.
Yeah, so if you can, definitely go to a museum or an art gallery. Number 3, catch up with your friends from work.
Yes, your teacher peeps. Yeah, so important because we always see them in a school setting, and it's always like talk shop. So go outside and have a nice conversation, and don't talk about school.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about
Talk
school.
about yourselves and find out more things about them.
4, watch a sunrise.
Watch a sunrise. I've done that perhaps once or twice in my lifetime. It is beautiful.
I've done it more times than I would care to admit on camera for a work thing.
No, I've deliberately woken up to watch the sunrise.
Okay, real talk on waking up to watch a sunrise,
Yes.
right? Getting out of bed, like the second your alarm goes off, first thing that goes through my head is, why did you do this to yourself?
Yes.
Now, I have to put my phone on the other side of the room so that I'm forced to get up to do it. Give yourself 15 minutes, wrap a doona around you if this is your vibe, and sit on a couch and just wake up. And I promise, at the end of the 15 minutes, you'll be rip-roaring, ready to go.
Yeah. So what I did was I actually went away with my mum. So my mum dragged me out of bed as an adult, and we went to watch the sunrise, and it was the most beautiful thing. And something that she kept saying that entire time, like 5 more minutes. She was like, the sun doesn't wait for you. And I thought, good point. So we did, and you know what? It was the most magical thing. It was beautiful. And then when the sun was up, it was like, I'll go have breakfast now, and I had a whole day. Like, I've never quite really had that before.
And because then you do you've had breakfast, you've done things you might have done, like washing, you've done some cleaning, all those boring adult tasks that we do. And then you look at your watch and you're like, oh my god, it's 9:30.
I know. That should be before your sleep ins that you do on number 1.
And if you can watch the sunrise from a viewpoint, maybe over a body of water, maybe over a field or an open area.
Beautiful something. Oh, how beautiful would that be?
Just getting out into nature and making the time to do that, there's something that really connects you to the country that you're on when you do that, and I think it's really special.
Yeah.
Okay. Even I'm going to commit to watching a sunrise by waking up, not staying up.
Watch this space. We will also look for Wayne's evidence on Twitter.
Yeah. Noted that Noelene didn't make that same tweet. Number 5. Have a fun day with some kids.
Yes.
They could be your kids, they could be other people's kids, but you need to know who they are, obviously. I think that's a little bit concerning. We're all mandatory reporters, so. But yeah,
Yes.
look, all the fun stuff that you want to do in your classroom that maybe you don't get a chance to do all the time. You know, do the craft things, play some online games, go out and do something. I think it's so much fun.
Yeah, and don't just like specialise it to Christmas Day or New Year's when you're with family. Make a day of it. So, you know, I love going out with my nephews. They're very little, and we just have a whole day of just fun. And you know what? I pull out all my robotic stuff, all my IT stuff. We just do so many cool things. Things that they just don't have access to at their own school. So it's lots of fun.
Yeah.
And it's something I love doing, so they enjoy it too.
And if you can manage to take your nieces or nephews or your neighbours' kids or your friends' kids off them for a day, you can cash that in later. That is some serious brownie points.
Not quite what we're trying to aim for here, Wayne.
And all you had to do was take someone out for ice cream. To me, that seems like a really great deal. Look, it's the COVID economy, okay? You know, people don't have jobs at the moment. We've got to barter. This is going into a dark city. Okay, number 6.
Yes.
Buy a gift and donate it to charity. Now, obviously, the majority of people will be celebrating Christmas. That might be you, that might not be you. But gee, it feels good to just go and do something for someone else.
Yeah. And even if you give, for example, somebody that is homeless and you know that you walk past, you know, on a daily basis or whatever, you can just give them a small amount of money to really just change their day.
That's it. And I know, like, there are some attitudes, Noelene, when people say, oh, well, you know, we live in Australia, we have a social net. People don't need to be begging the street. And you know what? Okay, that's true. I'm not going to argue with you on that. Imagine how bad things must be in your life to have to sit and ask someone for money. Imagine how terrible it would be to not be able to give your kids a Christmas present or you know, to look after yourself and care for yourself because you don't have a fixed address, you know? Like, it's great if you can just give one tiny small thing. And I know that charities often talk about teenagers in particular. They really struggle in kids sort of 13 to 17, providing presents for those guys on Christmas. They don't need much, they only need one thing. Maybe get some friends to chip in and get something really, really great. If you could do that,
Exactly.
I feel good just talking about it.
Exactly. And you know what? A little goes a long way. You don't need to spend a lot of money. For some children, it could just be like a tennis ball or a football or a frisbee. Like Kmart's our best friend when it comes to, you know, it can be something just so small, and to that child or that person, it will just mean so much to them.
Absolutely. You know, if you're getting nothing on Christmas Day and then you get a footy, stoked.
Yeah.
Stoked.
Yeah.
So yeah, buy something and give it away.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, what else have we got on this list? Ooh, try something you haven't tried before.
Oh, wow.
What's something you haven't tried before?
I don't know. Cooking?
Preparing meals for my
I cook my family a meal.
You would have to be the only Maltese person I know who doesn't cook.
I'm such a terrible cook. So I was spoiled. So my mother is Maltese and is one of the most amazing cooks in the world. But because she is very motherly, she does not let anybody in her kitchen. So I was not taught how to cook. So the meals I cook, I wouldn't really call them meals. It's more of a, we need to eat and this is what I can produce.
Sounds delicious.
What about you, Wayne?
Something I haven't tried before. Look, you may or may not have guessed, but my personality type actually opens me up to a lot of experiences. And learning to say no is a skill that I've only developed later in life. Something I haven't tried before. Do you know what? I'm probably going to be the polar opposite of you, and I'm probably going to try and cook something that I haven't cooked before. I cook a lot, love cooking.
Well, let me know and we'll tee it up and I can come to your place for a meal.
Yeah, perfect. Nolene's got it down pat.
Yes, and again, we'll have these meals on Twitter, so you'll be able to see what we do accomplish.
That's what I wanted to do next year, was like preparing meals. Let us know in the comments down below. Would you watch a video where we show you how you can prepare like relatively healthy meals to take to work and it's easy and done all on a Sunday? Would you watch that? Comment down below.
Please let us know, but even as a teacher, like, do you have time to go home and cook? Like these women that say, or not just women, teachers in general, I'm going to go home and cook this massive meal for my kids. Like, how on earth do you have the time to do that? And the headspace, I'm in awe. I just can't do it. So please share your tricks with us and then we will reel out that to everybody else that are watching.
That's great. Yeah, comment down below. Oh, while we're on it. And we can edit this in later if we need to. If you haven't already, hit subscribe.
Yes, please.
Why have you not hit subscribe already? Oh my goodness. But if you have, thank you very much.
But please ask your friends.
Yeah, if you've already hit subscribe, just across from that there's a little button called share. And then what I want you to do is copy that link, and then I want you just to distribute to everyone on your school list. Don't do that. We'll edit that out. Alright, here's one that we probably can do relatively easily. Binge TV for a whole day.
Oh, so easily. What would you watch?
Okay, we are filming this and The Crown is about to come out. One of my favourite TV shows of all times. Okay, I'm just going to go now. Schitt's Creek on Netflix.
I love that. I'm watching that for the second time.
If you haven't already seen, I actually think it's my favourite TV show in the world. It's a show where it's really, really funny, but it's also like, it's really lovely. Do
you feel that you look at yourself when you're watching David? Because he's beautiful. He's just so beautiful. And his fashion sense.
It has been mentioned a couple of times. The similar look, even the hands like this, the little eye movements. It's been mentioned, the similarities between us. Yes.
Right.
I wish I had David's wardrobe.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But great show. New Girl has landed on Netflix for doing a rewatch of that great non-committal TV. The Boys on Amazon Prime. The Boys on Amazon Prime has been really, really good. Actually, there's a woman that I work with at one of our schools, and her and our emails always start to each other with, have you seen this? It's great. What about you? What are you watching?
Well, I've just finished watching Cobra Kai.
What's that?
It is the original karate. Oh, I'm so bad with names. The original Karate Kid movie.
Oh, right.
So they've all grown up now, and they are the masters of a new generation. It is brilliant. So I've just finished watching that. I'm now waiting for the next season. Absolutely fantastic.
Great.
And the characters, like the fact that they've all come back, is just incredible. So yeah, watching Schitt's Creek again. I've just finished watching Seduced. It's like based on a cult in America. It's I like all that sort of those sorts of like religious cult sort of TV shows.
Did you watch? Okay, I can't remember the name of the TV show. The guy who was in Independence Day as the president is in it.
Oh yes.
And he's the cop. He's the detective. Anyway, and there's a series that's about a cult.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so different one, but
different one. Yeah, but really, if you like that, you'll love that series.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So my kids just binge watch Friends all day long, so that won't be happening at all. I might actually go back to the classics. I think I might like do my whole like Sex and the City thing, and then do the movies and go back a bit old school and
Can I tell you?
Scrubs. I think I might go. Like I want to go.
Scrubs is great.
Yes.
So crime, absolute crime. Lucas, my partner, had never watched Sex and the City, so I sat him down. I think we spent like $130 and we're like, buy it. Just buy the whole lot.
Oh my goodness.
Put it on. Yeah. It was, anyway, but re-watching it, like from start to finish, it's actually just quality TV, and a lot of it is still relevant.
It's so relevant. It is.
Yeah. I can't remember.
But you know what, that though, apart from all those old other things, there's so many good shows coming back on TV. The one thing I love about summer TV is that there's a lot of that old stuff coming back, and it's, you've got this beautiful weather outside, but then you want to watch TV because all the good stuff is coming back. So can be a bit of a
So give yourself one day to
Yes.
just really dive into something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect.
Okay, number 9. Contact someone you've missed in 2020. Reach out to someone.
Perhaps you haven't spoken to them in a while, or you've only either seen them on Facebook or whatnot, so you can actually like give them a call or send them a text.
Yeah, use your voice. You have to use your voice.
Yes,
Like maybe
that's a
give
really
them a
good
call.
one.
And so, did you know there was research done into? So I'm a millennial, and then the generation below me is Gen Z, and it's viewed as hostile by Gen Z if you call someone without sending a text first.
Really? That explains a lot.
Kids don't answer your calls.
I text my children to tell them that the dinner is ready.
Yeah, it's hostile.
There you go. I did not know that.
Which I find really strange because although, like, I've got to admit, if I get a call out of the blue and I'm not expecting it, like if you called me at 10 a.m. in the morning, like, oh yeah, like it's a work thing. But if you called me at like 9 o'clock at night out of the blue, like, oh, I wonder if something's wrong. Like
Yes,
I would
it's
assume.
right.
So I don't know, but reach out to someone. Send them a text first, then call them.
Do what you need to do, but make contact.
Yeah, make contact.
That's a
with
great
someone
one.
that
I
you've
like
missed.
that.
But only positive people, not someone that maybe you've missed and you don't have a great relationship with.
Yeah, don't like get your revenge back. Send happy thoughts. I've been meaning to speak to you about this for a few months.
You know what? You owe me $12.
And we don't want that.
We're at the beach in 1992.
Right here, where I'm sitting right now.
Noelene, I bought you here today to just no. Okay, last one. Number 10 is this one's a bit of a challenge. Write a list of positives.
Positives already, like they're fantastic things that we've achieved, and it may seem really small to somebody else, but to you that's giant.
Yeah,
that's absolutely huge.
And even don't discount things like being able to spend more time with your family, or being able to feel less rushed because you're not under pressure to constantly go from event to event to event to. You know, I think that reconnection with ourselves and people around us has been a really positive thing. Yeah.
And the friendships that you've made this year.
Socially distant.
That's right.
Yeah, even make it.
You left me hanging.
Okay, how's this? A chew.
Yeah, back before it was a chew.
Yeah.
Now it's a chew.
Now we're just doing it. Look, it just seems like the same transmission, different location. But I shouldn't bag our social distancing measures. Obviously, follow the social distancing rules, please.
Yes. And if you are feeling ill or whatnot, please follow all the procedures and do what you need to do. Stay safe and stay healthy these holidays. That's our main objective for everybody, our main priority for everybody.
Absolutely. Look, it's been such a tough year, and I think we've all managed to stick it out. Fingers crossed, we've got a vaccine coming soon. You know, I know that our scientists are working really, really hard on it. And do you know what? The majority of them were educated in public schools. So
yes. Kudos to you
go
guys.
us. Another reason teachers have to be proud. We contribute to all of these things in the world. So, yeah.
So thank you so much for your support this year. And we do hope that you follow at least one of our top 10 tips for what you can do these school holidays.
Yeah, and look, again, let us know on Twitter. Our handles will be down below. Send through a photo, send through a tweet, and let us know what you'd like to see next year. We hope that you want to see us next year. We want to see you next year. We're hoping that maybe even being on the road next year. So let us know what you'd like us to talk about.
Definitely.
If there's anything you want us to show you, we're always happy to do that. Comment down below.
If you want us to be involved in the professional learning in your school, if you want us to help with co-teaching or just develop tech pedagogies, or working with your students, please contact us. We'll be more than happy to help.
Yeah, so email us at foundations.t4l@det.nsw.edu.au.
But next year, once school resumes, not during school holidays.
Don't do it now, and chances are we probably won't respond for a little while because we're still winding up the rest of the year.
We're still doing
as well.
our 3 sleep-ins.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That will be the best. Look, reports are done. School is done. We're done. You don't have another video. We're about to go for a swim.
Perfect.
Have a great holiday season. However you celebrate. Have a great New Year's.
Yes. Stay healthy, stay happy, and come back to school enthusiastic and motivated.
And we'll see you in 2021.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.